Okay, so team, we're heading back to Bondi, and this time we're going to go rock fishing. So as you see now, I've got my two albies here. I'll give you a look at it. I've got my blackfish on my 7 wrap, and we're going to go for a bit of a fish, see what produces around the rocks. Now, you've got to be sensible when you go rock fishing. So again, I've fished this area all my life, and you've got to be aware of the swell. So look, you can see the swells coming in here now. So a good rock fisherman will always study the swells at least half an hour before. Look at the news. Now that one over there, that's the lift. Now all the people jump in there and they get washed back up onto the rock, or flat rock they call it, okay? That produces the fish, but you've got so many people there actually jumping in and lifting off in summer or winter during the weekend. It does scare a lot of the fish away. It's a prolific blackfish fishing area. When it goes off, it goes off. And we'll be heading a little bit further around today to one of my little haunts, which I go. Now we'll be doing a bit of luderick fishing, blackfishing, and a bit of bottom bashing, seeing how we go before this. So I'm going to head along here. Again, they've placed an angel ring here for the people who may be foolhardy enough to, well, unfortunate enough to fall in. As you can see that little swell conditions. There's about a 0.6 of a swell coming in that looks at willy weather, and it's moderately calm compared to other days. There are some rock fishermen, they don't like this, it's too calm. They need a little bit of wash, a little bit of swell to stir things up. True, but we'll go around a little bit further and fish a little hole I know. A little bit of bait. I'll get you some more bait for where I go, but that's good. So you got the point through here, which takes the swell right in. Then you've got to be careful again. So here's a really big wave coming through here. So this one will wedge into here. They come up here and shoot right up towards me. Okay, so again, looks good. See, there you go. So that's why this area through here, for the people who don't know the area, you don't fish in this parameter through here. It looks calm, it'll just come up, absolutely smash her. Right. Normally on this point just ahead of me is that where you cast out that direction and do a drift around for your tailor, and you can use this box section through here to wash your fish up. But again, you've got to be really careful and know what you're doing. I don't want you guys taking risks or anything like that. If you're inexperienced, don't do it. If you go fishing, go with a friend, and make sure you study the area, make sure you have the proper safety gear on. There's a couple of ways that people get washed in. There's one that's the inexperienced, have no idea, they just go on there and good to go. And there's the other ones, which is the people who do just take risks because, hey, they're young, and they just want to give out and give it a go. And the third is a category like probably I fall into, is the older fishermen. Now, I'm a lot older, I've fished this area for a long time, but complacency. Just because you fish this area for 40 years plus, you think you know it all. You don't know it all, because you've got the swell, which is the variable in everything all the way through. Swell, current, conditions. So just because you're a veteran and you've fished the stones for a long, long time, never treat it with contempt. So look at this area through here, the bogey hole. Now that gap in there, it used to be rocks to go all the way across there. Now all those rocks have actually made it in through here, and you used to be able to swim in here. People still do on the calm days. That's where the people used to come in and get washed over the rock into the pool. It used to be a deep V that came in through there. Now you look at this area through here, not a bad area, although I can see a bit of white water, a bit of turbulence. I can see a bit of kunji, a bit of weed on the rocks. And just under this area through here, exactly the same. I'm now looking at the swell, or where, how and when. As I said, I'm going to go bottom bashing, as well as going for blackfish. I've got my weed here, okay, and we'll see how it progresses. I'm actually going to go over to this area through here, which I like the white water through there. I've looked at the swell's coming in a little bit. It's very safe. I've got exit strategy to actually get out if a big wave comes. Plenty of room, and I think it's a safer alternative to where I've actually seen just along through here. Okay, just because this looks good here now, you saw it about 5 minutes ago where it really came up. It's like second nature coming back here. I used to climb these rocks when I was young with all my friends, and I still know all the footholds. Even now I've got grey hair and I'm old, and you can understand why a lot of rock fishermen, and I'm talking in my case, not everyone, of course there's a lot fitter and agile people out there than I am my age. You can understand why all the rock hoppers, they go to the estuaries, the harbour, or the breakwalls, because you do need a degree of fitness and being agile to actually go. I know the leg muscles when they come up, to lift one leg up, to go over the swell, you don't have that strength in your legs anymore, and the legs might get taken away from you. But to all the guys who are a lot older than I am, good on you guys for giving it a go and still doing and fishing off the rocks and looking after yourself. I haven't been washed in the rocks, off the rocks. I've seen plenty of people have, but I don't take risks, and I'm very, very, very careful. My area through here was from here round to the Merc, all the way to Rosa Gully, Ocean Avenue, all the way through there. I used to fish these back area of the rocks. Anyway, enough talking and enough carrying on reminiscing the old days. Let's try and get down here, and we'll give it a go. Okay, so I'm going to fish this area through here. Now the problem with this area through here is I've got a large shelf going out, which again will be a bit of a problem when I'm blackfishing, because I've actually got to cast too far out. When blackfishing you actually need a bit of a cliff or a ledge to go off, and that's normally the ledge. Well, obviously you can't go. You look at the ledges through here, there's a good ledge there, bit dangerous. Exit point, where's your exit strategy? I don't know where your exit strategy is. You got these areas through here, no real exit strategy, you're gone. So what we're going to do here, we're going to give it a bit of a bottom bash and throw it out through here, just in this corner in through here, to see what's on offer with some bait. Yes, I've got the cabbage. I did bring that down, but I'll fish a different area with the cabbage later on. But I do want to give this area a little bit of a tickle through here. Let's get on with it. Yeah, that's a good little algae container. I've had that for quite a while, but since I've been rock fishing, and it's seen better days now, and I might have to get another one. I've got a big crack through here, and when you open it up, you got all that in there like that, which is good. Got an array of gang hooks in there, the whole lot. And then when I pull it open, guys, so we're setting up, and you can see I've got the 7 wrap one piece all the way through here, which I'm going to do the bottom bash. I'm going to tie the hooks on, and all the way through there. I've got my blackfish rod, and this is my my algae. It's a whiting reel, and it's a 55A. A 55A. And I like that. I've got a smaller one for blackfish, but I like this one. I just like the shape of it. I know a lot of guys use centre pin and all that stuff there, but I use this for whiting, bits and pieces, all the way through there. And I like this size. I've always fished with it. So I've got the Alvey Blackfish Specials, but bought this out here today to sort of give it a go. It's a homemade rod from Waverley Bait and Tackle that I made. Okay, so all good in the hood. Now, the safety gear which I've got, you can probably see my backpack through here, and this is that's a pretty good little backpack. I got that from Temu, and the little blackfish holder fits straight into here. Look at that. So I locked that in, got the key so I can put my blackfish floats in there through there. I've got my K26s. Okay, so the K26s are my cleats, and there they are, the K26. They're an old Dunlop shoe. And next to it I got some string weed and some other weed that I got just in case the blackfish. I freeze it. And you have a look at the cleats I've got here. Okay, so they're the cleats that I'll put on. Okay, but they're an old shoe, an oldie but a goodie. The old Alvies, the old Timu backpack. And in there I've just got my general stuff. I've got a packet of pilchards here. We went on bottom bash today. And I've got my life jacket on. I don't normally wear life jackets, I have to say. Not that I'm silly, but I've never worn them. But we're in Waverley Municipality, and Randwick municipalities, you've got to check the laws of compulsory life jacket wearing. I did it because my wife wants me to do it now, because I said I'm older. And again, when I'm coming out there to have a look at this area through here with the waves, when I start to head out, you'll see what I mean when I get out to that rock shelf. Now, this area through here, it's got a lot of barnacles, a lot of green weed. It's not slippery at this stage, you know what I mean? Because you haven't got that slime, and here's the slime here, and this is the stuff that gets you, this stuff here. So you step on that, and off you go there. This is pretty stable stuff here, all the way through. And you got your barnacles, you got a bit of the grip. So some people will use sand shoes just here because they're not on the ledge, and that's fine in my opinion. But again, sometimes when you wear the cleats, if you're not on that flat surface, and they can cause a trip hazard and do more harm than good. So you just got to be aware about where you do wear them. Wear them all the time, team. You know, if you're into that, if you're not confident, please wear them all the time. So today's setup, I've got a little ball sinker. With that, I'm going to put a pilchard on it. I'm going to throw it out. Some people go unweighted, and that might be an idea to go out here. You can use a float, actually float it out. But I'm going to go a little bit of weight and I'll lob it out that way and see how many snags I get in the first half hour. So I've got my little half a pilchard on through here, the tail. And the thing with an Alvie is, they say with the centre pins and the Alvies, there's a bit more skill involved, they say. And I don't want to cause arguments, but you have to actually play the fish with your hand. The Alvie I haven't got a drag, and I'm using the 600A, okay? You've got to control it with your hand when it moves up and goes. So compared to that from the odds we've got to set your drag, in my personal opinion, there's a little bit more skill level in using one of these things and playing the fish in and having a more hands-on approach to bringing a fish in with the old style Alvie without a drag system. All right, so we're going to actually punch it out. If I look here at 12 o'clock, I'm going to go about 11 and see how many snags I can get. I've got a small weight, and we're going to hoik it out there through now. I've got my 7-wrap rod, and we'll go. Okay, you probably see that land right there. I'm happy with that. All right, so again, when I'm fishing, I'm keeping my eye out in the swell. I am always constantly looking to my right because the swell is coming in from this direction. And again, you can see this swell coming in, and you can get really suckered in big time and caught out. It'll be good if they catch a fish. It's going to be a hell of a fight to get him back on that wave, to get him over that ledge. But that's what we do, eh? Okay, let's sit back and wait. No whales as yet. Apparently all the whales have been going past, so we might treat for a bit of a whale show. Okay. Okay, so I've got a little bit of light there through now. You can probably see that rod. That's my first cast, which is good. There might be a lot of sweep or Newcastle brim, or like that. It might be a pig, you don't know. Because I'm fishing that area. I'll let him give it a go. Or might be a wirra or a boot. Or a red rock cod. I'm really edging on my bets here, team. But you don't know. When you bottom bash off the rocks, you can get the equivalent of the ray on the beach, the green eel. We don't want green eels. I've got some horrendous stories about the green eels. So So I finally got something here, and we'll wash it up. And this is the boot. So okay, so they feel like you got a snag half the time. Some people like eating those. Well and truly there. But that's our first one. And he felt like a snag. You know, like you look at that fish there. That's not a bad size one. But again, I'll throw him back because you'll catch those, take your shoe off, chuck it in the water and boil it with the fish, and then chuck the fish back and eat the shoe. That's what they call them, the boot. But I've seen them at Maroubra seafood shop calling them saltwater coral trout. Can you believe it? So in the names, saltwater coral trout. Unbelievable the names they come up with. Again, you just got to be careful of the spikes. I always grab them underneath there like that. And they got these spikes right here. They're a cracker. They're inexperienced all the way through. That's why I've got my hand underneath. I've got a couple of really good cracker ones through here. Okay. And that was a good clean hit. But again, we'll put him back to fight another day. One wirra or one boot. Thank you very much, mate. Fly be free. There we go. All right. When I use the head of the pilchard, I normally go through the eye and do it's a hitching like that. So I go through the eye and put it in like that. So they go the underbelly first, and I go bang, because normally when you go rock fishing, the head's left, unless it's a bigger fish who just takes it down. But that's my little setup through there. So again, I'll cast out to where I caught that wirra, and we'll give it another attempt. Okay, so just watching that, saw that there. Watch that wash, a bit of line out. Work some magic. Getting a few hits. You see that rod there? I'm going to get a bit greedy. The idea is when they strike, you got to get them and bring them to the tops before they go in to any shelter, and that's the way of the chase. Your reflexes, how quick your reflex is to get them up before they dive. Easier said than done. That's a bit greedy. Okay, but bring him up. What we got here? Okay, so now we've got a cocky. Okay, so again, see how I struck? He bit, I wedged him up before he could wedge into that rock canvas. I got him over that rock platform. I was pulling him up off the weed all the way through here, and I got him up without any problems. 15-pound line. Okay, I'm catching the fish, and this will be a throwback as well, but he really woofed that down. But it's just how you're playing the fish in. Even I got that distance and all that stuff in front of me, I'm still able to bring that fish up if I play it right. When he struck, bang, I raised his head, gave him no time to actually burrow down, and that was a good win for me. 2 from 2. Thank goodness for that. I'll let him go. I might have to do a bit of operation here. Again, what we'll do, and these guys have got a few spikes through here. They're pretty placid. You let these guys go. They're good little fish, you know. Grew up doing that. Yeah, the hook's hit him. See you later, fly me free. Okay, we'll get another hook on and see how we go, team. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Coming over that. So, he's floating there. It's got me a drop a bit. Just trying to, oh, yep, okay, there you go. Your call, guys. You reckon it was a snag or a fish? I had a bite and it came running towards that reef. But I'll take your bets on a reef or a snag. I like to think there was a fish and it took me straight in there, and I just couldn't raise him past that point there. Oh well. Game on. Okay, so I've come away from there, and I'm looking at the point here. There's still a bit of a swell coming into this area through here. It's pretty intense at the moment, since when the waves come in. Nice and quiet, and this is where a lot of fishermen fall for it. They get in there, they get there right on the edge, and then a wave comes through there, and you can see it building up here through now. And the big little people take photos there, all of a sudden they get hammered by the waves. I'm just eyeing off a spot, but I don't know. Okay, so we're going to go up the Bondi Point now. So I'm going to fish it just through here. I'm not going to go up the edge. I'm going to throw in this area through here. It's snags plus, but we'll see how we go. It's a light ball sinker with half a pilchard on it. Swell's coming up. I've watched it for a while. It's hitting this front all the way through here, so it's all pretty safe at this stage. Got the helicopter's coming past me again. It's checking up. So we'll see if we catch a couple of weiras or boots. It's always good. Always like giving the boys the thumbs up all the way through there. All good. They're sussing me out. They do it up there. Look, they're doing a circle around. Beautiful, boys, beautiful. All right, it's all good. Always worry about the rock fishermen. Okay, getting a bit of a tap. Oh, let's see. So we have him there. Oh, we got him. Oh, we got him there. Yep. Okay. So this is the art now. I'm trying to wash him up in down through here. I raised him up through those rocks, got his head up before he could dive down. And I go, it's only a boot, but a fish is a fish. And see, here we go through here. You can see how we brought him up. And again, it's the little bootorama. So they hit, and you bring them up, they dive in those rocks, they just wedge themselves. And that's why you need some really strong line to pull them out and raise that head and get them out of that rock. We'll throw him back. Another rock coral trout, as they say, again. to be mindful of those. That's how I do it all the way through there. I just do that. Again, we got through here. Nice, good little hookup. Through here, little ferocious little leader. You can let go now, mate. See? Straight out. Good hookup. And swim be free, my little friend. Can you bring some of your other mates back? I like these 7-wrap rods, especially around the rocks. You've got that much power to pull it out. Just matches your line capacity to bring them over that hole. You have a flexible rod, too flexible. The trade-off is you don't have any power in the butt or any of that lift in that middle section of the rod to bring them up. I know it's only a boot or a wirra, but the same principle applies for any other fish that you're getting off the rocks. Sometimes you don't have a net, you don't have a gaff, you don't have a flying gaff, and you've got to bring them up. And relying on your strength of your line and actually your rod to actually that backbone of that rod to bring it up. And the flexible rods are too flexible, they just bend right out of shape and won't be able to handle it. I know a lot of the old timers and a lot of the younger guys who are better fishermen than I am fish the rocks, and they'd probably say the same. You need a little bit of power, a bit of grunt in your rod, because you don't know what you're going to do. But these fish, they just dive down into the weed, and even that one there, it just wedged itself in, but I had the power to bring it up with the rod and the 15-pound line I'm using. I don't know if you know some of the rods that people get from Kmart and all that stuff, they don't have that power for the rock fishing. They look very impressive, but they don't have that middle, that strength in that middle and that tip. This rod is heavy, I get that, but you're buying your rods for a purpose. Every rod has a purpose, and this rod here is my go-to beach fishing and rock fishing rod. Okay, we've got something on again here now. We've got helicopters flying around all the time, checking on me, see if the shagger's all right. We're actually going to bring this one in again up in this gully here. See, he's coming in a bit of a dead weight, and you've got a scorpion fish or poor man's lobster. See, so you've got a poor man's lobster. Now these ones, these are a cracker. So if you don't know how to touch these, don't touch them. Get your thong. So what they've got these range of spikes that'll get you there. So they call the poor man's lobster. So you got your spikes all the way through here, all the way. Again, I just put my hand through here. Okay, let him go. Fly be free. Good. Some people eat those. That's you fiddle them, but they're pretty good to eat. But a poor man's lobster.
Yeah.
Okay, so where that's facing, go the other side of Mermaid Rock.
Yeah.
And cast off into the sand.
Okay, behind of it and cast.
Yeah, cast in the
sand.
Yeah, cause the sand. Yes, just cast between
Forward.
straight forward to the icebergs. All right.
Thank you,
But what the gear you got?
Yeah.
You know, like you should have the rock cleats and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, but out here, all the way through, you got to be careful. It's not too slippery here. That's why you've got the barnacles here.
Yeah.
But a lot of people go a cropper. All right. So just behind that rock and cast off there. I've been looking to surf for about an hour. Looks moderately safe, but always look for the surf. All right.
Yeah,
what bait have you got?
I've got prawns and pilchards.
Good. Half a pilchards and a tail. Whack them one straight out. All right. Good luck. I'll come and check on you, see if you're all right.
All right. Thank you.
I don't want you to become a statistic.
Yeah.
All right.
We've also got some catfish as well.
Oh, good. Why not? That was going to be my next spot anyway, so I might see you there. So remember, cast out there, a lighter ball sinker, and bound for glory, mate. A snapper be with you.
Sinkers are fine?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
you,
all right. Get in there.
That.
All right. Easy as.
Have a great day.
Yeah. You too, mate. A fish be with you.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. So there are a couple of kids, young kids, right? A couple of young kids, beautiful kids, wanting the fish, but again, this is what I mean by being prepared to. You know, like they got brother and sister going out through there. I've sent them to a safer spot. And one of the fish through here with those little rods, well, they didn't have the proper shoes on, didn't have anything really, and that's when the helicopters come. I don't want any helicopters coming. So they asked for a good position, and I said, look, just go behind that mermaid rock down through there. That's where it's moderately safe. I've been watching it for about an hour, and they should be right, but this is what I mean by taking risks. All the young people, they come to the rocks, and they wanted the fish here with a small 6-foot rod, you know, and because they said they got the tip that the snapper were here. Well, you know, if you listen to every tip that you get from every fisherman, you'd be a multi-millionaire, you know. But the kids that take risks like that, you've got to be really, really careful. I'm glad I could point them in the right way, and I hope you guys too who fish the rocks, if you see something like that, just give them a bit of education and just tell them. All right, so again, oh, I've got getting another hit here, but you don't want the young kids falling in the bloody water, you know, and it's so slippery there. And they only had, okay, and I've got this one through here now. Okay, so, you know, you don't want anything happening to the kids. And they just picked that one up, and that was on a pilchard's tail. Okay, so they're only shit fish at the moment, if I can use that language. Sorry, team, but it's a bit of excitement for me. But I'm more concerned about those kids. But we got what have we got here? We got a little snapper, and they said the snapper-arma, and they wanted a snapper. Well, we've got a snapper, and thank you very much for coming. We'll just get him off. So yeah, that's a little snapper, and that means they're coming in. Let's look at the colours on that. So again, the casting about a little bit far out through there, and we're catching them now, and they've come back on. And that's that one to be a bit under. Well, that's a good little snapper arm. Look at those blue spots on it. But you're catching these over Bondi. All right. Sorry for the elegant dump, but see you later, team. Okay, well again. So I think the little snapper will come in, and they're going bang, bang, bang. Well, you just hope we can get something a little bit bigger so we can brag about it. The light's decreased a bit now, the swell's come down, and we've got a bit of a fight through here, which is good. See, what have we got here? We got the boot special, another boot. Oh, you're gonna love the boots. My favourite fish. Tell your mates, they're nice clean hookups. I'm lipping them, so I'm getting the bite, which is good, and fly be free. Okay, so let's cast there. Oh shit! Okay, rightio. This is a good one. Oh, he took me down. Might have been a pig. I think he's taking me down. I got him back up. Okay, this is the power of the rod bringing him up. Bringing him up. That's the 7-wrap rod bending. Okay, and it's I got him here through here, skirting the top of the water now. Probably another boot. How he dived down there, but I'm not going to pick it because and he got off. I think. Did he get off here? Yep, he got off. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's all right then. I can cope with that. Whew. There you go. He took that, smashed over there, took me to the right, tried to reef me on a little white. There's a little reef just on the right through there, and he did it. He did me well. He did me well. 1-0 fish way. See if I got my gear, and I got my gear. And it's a bonus. It's a bonus. And that one there, I just lost that one. That was a boot because it was, or a pig. It tried to bury itself in there and took me to that reef and did me beautifully. That's the disadvantage sometimes of trying to bring them up. You pull the hook through, which I did, but live to fight another day. It's quite interesting how they've just come on, be it all the fish, be it the small snapper, the caught, the scorpion fish or the red rock cod, and the wirras or the boots. It's starting to become a good mixed bag. Bit of fun, gets the adrenaline going. I'm worried about those kids. I don't know if they've gone down there. Hopefully they've gone towards the rock pool with their 6-foot rods near the baby pool at North Bondi and cast off there. Because gosh, you know, really dangerous stuff. I think I've done the right thing by telling you not to go here. Okay, I'll get you another bite here. Okay, so many people lose their lives fishing, just senseless, just going out there, looks good, all of a sudden the wave comes, Black Hawk down. Okay, we're getting, oh, okay, we got him. We'll see what he is. So this is, okay, we missed him. They're really taking it, running it. So that's why now I'm thinking some of those ones there just might even be a small snappers again. They're taking, running and feeling the weight. I should just let them hang there. Oh, they decimated the bait. There you go. Shall I recast that? Be desperate or put a new one on? No, all right, okay. I'll put a new one on. Put a new one on. Oh, okay. So we've got this one again. They're coming pretty well. And that was in the water for only about 2 minutes. Okay, he's taking me to that right reef again. So he's taking me down again, right on there. I've just brought him back up now. Okay, so I've got him away from this where they're reefing me on the right. So where that white water is, whatever it may be, it's still taking me there again. And it's taking me in. And I pulled him out again now of this 7-wrap rod. Come on. He's lodged in there. Bit of a tactic, I let it go and then pull him up, let a bit of the slack line go, and then okay, and there's the flying boot. The flying boot. Yeah, he took me right around that front there. So they're cunning. They get you. You get bigger ones than that, but you just good lip, just lipping it. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, my friend. And I'll put that in there. And again, we've got the coral trout, they call it. And see how my rod bent with just this little thing here. That's why you need the power to bring them up. Fly me free. Okay. So I'm always looking still, I'm always looking at that swell. The rogue wave can come, and the rogue wave can just take you, like, it's where I'm going to land if I go, I'll go on that rock, and geez, they snapper, I think, whatever they go here, and ding, 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 and I'm always looking, always still looking for where these waves are and swells. I'm looking at this one through here, I'm judging it. You can have those big ones just come out of the blue and all of a sudden you're in the drink. And that's not a very good landing spot right there. Not very good at all. You don't want to go there. Okay, so we've cast in this direction through here rather than hull. My lack of line, I can't get the distance I want to get out there. So I'm working this wash just in through here for light ball sinker. See what's working around here. been a good day. Concerned about those kids, but coming out there and trying to come out and fish off the point with 6-foot rods and no safety gear. But I think they've gone in towards the beach, which is fantastic. Common sense. A lot of kids would say, no, you know what you're talking about, I'll do that. All of a sudden you're jumping in the water to save them. You know, gosh, what a dilemma that'd be, eh? So we've got him here. Put him out of that reef. He was working in that wash there and diving in that wash, and that's where they're taking me. So I can see the red rockcod or scorpion. You know, it's when you catch those, they always say it's a good sign that you're where the snapper are. You know what I mean? So I know they're flying scorpions. You know, and they're good. The poor man lobster, not too bad, but we won't have him. We'll throw him back to live another day. Again, if you're not comfortable with handling the fish, don't. You can see he's whooped it right down his mouth, so I'll have to get my pliers and get that out, so I won't be able to use my hands. All right, okay, so we've done a bit of the work. Fly me free. There you go. Beautiful. Oh, okay. Now, we've got him, and this is a substantial fish. There might be a pig, so it's just freaked me now. And I got him now. I got him up. Might be the old boot. Who knows? See how he just took me down. They just take you down and they just try and wedge themselves. Unbelievable fish, mate. And again, they've taken me just there again. And he's taking me there, that dreaded reef there. And he's put me into there. I'll let him rest and just go for a bit of a hoikarama. No, but he's well and truly reefed me in there. I don't want to get too close to the edge. I'll just, oh, okay, he's made a run. Oh, okay, no, okay. We'll play him out. That one there, guys, he reefed me just in there and geez, he bang, smash, gone. So, got him all the way in, just that last when they just come in. Unbelievable. Bit of fun. Okay, this is my last cast, team. We had a really good day. Back to Bondi, up the point. We catch a lot of boots, scorpion fish or red rockcod or the poor man's lobsters. One little snapper going 26 centimetres and a lot of bites. It's time to pack up and go. Be safe on the rocks. Always tell someone where you're going. Wear your safety gear, guys. And thanks for tuning in. It's been a great day. It's been a great day. Young man from Nepal, and he's looking at the algae rods. Look at the algae rods. Look at that. So those are the algae that we use in Australia. So, and you're going to be on the YouTube. Just be careful when you fish here. Never fish where the swell is. All right. Okay. Always be safe. All right. Okay. There you go. Always walking back. Going through the water. I love it. Oh. The algae rods, see the algae, they can give them a bit of a wash there, put them in the hose when we get home. Suburbia. Walking down the ramp now, and it's good to see that those kids are fishing in a safe spot, which is good. good in the hood. There's some kids here fishing through here. They're casting out with prawns. Good cast. Game on. This is where it all starts. Remember that, guys? When we went out? Young kids fishing off the rocks. Not a care in the world. You little beauty, eh? At Bondi. So there's multiple entries. You can actually come down that hill, get some parking, come down past North Bondi RSL and walk down here, walk to the steps down there and walk all the way through where those kids are fishing, all the way around to where I go to the boat ramp. Or you can park up the top and walk down for the boat ramp and walk around. Plenty of showers here, fresh water. If you want to go in for a beer afterwards, go have a beer. I bet you do if you're fishing rods. But not a bad day. Okay, so you can walk up this side passageway, go up here, go to the pro shop and get a cold beer. I rocked into the pro shop here. Legend blokes here. Got myself a Bondi draft to celebrate the day. There are the Albies. There we go. Another successful day. Cheers to you all.
Head to the table, the tension's high. Hands in motion, stakes touch the sky. Fate is fleeting, it's a ticking shock. Will it be scissors, paper, or rock? Head goes in the room, decisions collide. What's in your hand, no place to hide. Luck's a shadow, always ready to mock. Will it be scissors, paper, or rock? Take a chance, roll the dice. Cut through fear, don't think twice. Life's a gamble, ticking clock. Will it be scissors, paper, or rock? Take a chance, roll the dice. Cut through fear, don't think twice. Life's a gamble, ticking clock. Will it be scissors, paper, or rock? Head to the table, the tension's high. Hands in motion, stakes touch the sky. Fate is fleeting, it's a ticking shock. Will it be scissors, paper, or rock? Or rock? Or rock? Or rock? Edge of the table, the tension's high. Hands in motion, stakes touch the sky. Fate is fleeting, it's a ticking shock. Will it be scissors, paper, or rock? Rock hopper tonight, murk and rings. Matins of the men, buckler sing. Rosa gully, we dare and fight. Fish the rock platforms, moonlight. Watch the swell, don't slip. Climb cliffs, hold the low grip. Brag and talk tales untold. Hands rough, hearts bold. Rock hoppers, we a crew untamed. Surf the danger, never blamed. Salt in veins, wind in hair. Life at edge, without a care. Of goals, clash of waves, battle scars from ocean graves. Nightfall, stars ignite. Fishing rods, the dream feels right. Murmur secrets to the tide. Mutter of unspoken pride. Salt spray kisses, sunburned face. Another day, another chase.